What's up, y'all? We are out here today at the range once again. One of the main things I want to accomplish today is I want to chrono my ammo that I'm going to be taking to Mississippi. I've already chronoed it before, but I just like to confirm one more time. I did also decrease the overall length of my rounds because in that Glock video that you guys watched, I think the bullets were loaded a little too long. I loaded my 2011 bullets around 1.130, 1.135, somewhere around there. So that's too long for a Glock chamber. I am going to test fire the Glock just to see if it's feeding, but I'm also going to chronograph through the Glock and through El Gordo with the new overall length of bullet that I'm making. So I'm going to set that up right now and get started with that. I've got this old school ballistic precision chronograph that I've had for, I don't know, 13, 14 years. Still works, so I'll keep using it. All right, we're going to do 10 shots and get an average here. All right, let's do it with El Gordo here. Divide that by 10. So 1056.4 is our average. Our power factor is going to be times our bullet weight, 127. So I'm at 134 power factor. And that's with the 5-inch El Gordo. I am going to lose a little bit of velocity with the Glock, so I'm curious to see what that's going to be. Let's add all that up and divide by 10. So 1042.4 is our average power factor times 127, 132. So I did chrono on the Glock and El Gordo. The Glock, of course, doesn't have a 5-inch barrel. It's a 4.6, I think. Same bullets, same everything. The El Gordo gun averaged about 1056 feet per second. And that gives me, with a bullet weight of 127, gives me a power factor of 134. I try to be about 130, 132, but I might leave it there. I think El Gordo likes a little hotter ammo, so it's a heavier gun. So then the Glock, with a little bit shorter barrel, had an average speed of 1042, and with the same bullet, 127 grain bullet, it made 132 power factor. I just might leave that bullet as is and just roll into Mississippi with 134 power factor bullets. I am going to save this newly loaded ammo for the end so that I could test 2 more of the CSRG spring and follower Mech-Gar Springer combo mags for the Glock. I need to see if they work, first of all, so see if they fit 25+1, and run a few mags through the Glock with that shorter bullet just to see if there's any failure to go to battery fully, like we saw at the last practice. But we'll save that to the end. I'm gonna load some rounds, and we're gonna start with one-shot return, and we're gonna do our confirmation drill, and then we're gonna figure out what drill to do downrange after that. So yeah, be right back. All right, one-shot return. Here we go. Dots returning to the same spot. We're at 5 yards here. All right, that one, it dropped in to the left a little bit. That one dropped right where it needed to. I'm adjusting like grip pressure and stuff. All right, that one was the best, I think. Yep. That's dropping great. And the dot's just returning really close to the same spot. Okay, that one went down into the left a little bit. Perfect. Do that again. Perfect. There, I'm experimenting with grip pressures, gripping harder with one hand, gripping less with the other. I'm finding right now is that if I, try to rip the horseshoe apart, put the pressure in like that, and I'm not trying to hold the gun really hard with one hand or the other. I am mainly looking for how the dot is returning to the same spot on target, because that will get rid of any like Alpha Charlie shot. So we're gonna move on to the sight confirmation drill. Splits were definitely where I needed them to be. 18, 18, 18, 19, 16, 17, 17, 18, 19. Pretty happy with that. That's kind of where I want to be at a target this close. We got another pacer here. To the left, we're going to do tiny bit slower. 23 to like 33 splits. All right, started dipping a little bit there on a few of those, but we are splitting 22, 23, 22, 23, 23, 22, 23, 22, 21. Pretty consistently there. 33 to 50 splits I'd be happy with here. Completely still dot. Pretty stoked with that one. 37, 36, 35, 37, 37, 41, 38, 39, 33, 33. I could shoot this a little slower, but I'm kind of happy with the group. For some reason, I think I struggle the most with the most common split I need to have, and that's this one right here, the mid-20s split. For some reason, that's the one that I'm most kind of inconsistent with, and I drop bullets down more than in others. On this one, I dropped a few down here, which, man, that would have been a delta at 25 yards, on one of these, and I saw that one. All right, so that's it for this part of the training session. I'm gonna load up mags and move on. I've been on the hunt lately. Oh, that's crookish. I've been on the hunt lately for a new ear pro. For a few years there, I was running the Sword & Extreme Pros, or whatever they are. Those earmuffs, electronic earmuffs, were probably my favorite as far as sound quality went. The build quality was super solid, especially after I put the gel cups on them. They really became my favorite hearing protection. But then all of a sudden I start noticing that the damn earmuffs would lose power. So the battery wound up dead, but they were off. They were turned off. What I ended up researching online and finding out was that those specific earmuffs develop a parasitic draw. That was making sense on why my earmuffs were dying after a couple of weeks. Since the Swordens let me down, I have kind of been on a hunt to replace the Swordens, because now, out of principle, I'm just pissed that they're like a $300-400 piece of equipment that has a parasitic draw, dude. That's ridiculous. That shouldn't happen with something that you're paying that much money for. Made me look for alternatives that had, the really, really good sound quality, and also the way it attenuates the higher dBs, right? Because, so for instance, I was using these. So these are ISO tunes, like BT, caliber BTs or something, but they are the Optics Planet modification. So I was running these for a few matches and practices this year. I really like the idea of not wearing a muff in the summer especially, and wearing buds that were hearing protection and had Bluetooth, because I like having the Bluetooth capability while at the range, while retaining hearing protection and having the enhanced audio so you can hear range commands and all that, right? So I need all those things. That's what I want in my hearing protection. I don't just want earplugs. What I ended up finding out with these, the audio quality is not very good in my opinion. It is okay. It'll do. Compared to the Sordins, not really doing it. So how these attenuate the louder dBs of gunfire is they kill the sound milliseconds right after it happens, but you hear the dip in the audio around you when it happens. So it's like you're hearing noises all around you because you've got, you know, the hearing enhancement turned on. Then you hear the bullet crack, and then you hear everything go quiet, and it comes right back. So when someone's firing, it's constantly shutting the sound off and on, off and on, off and on. That's very annoying. And the Sordins didn't do that. The Sordins didn't attenuate the volume that way. And then I was like, okay, well, what other earmuffs could I use? And I went on a little shopping spree. And at this point, I'm thinking I should just bring all my earmuffs to the range one day and just kind of talk about them. The universe works like this sometimes. When you put stuff out there, the universe delivers sometimes. And this company, Pro Here, which is what I have on right now that I'm kind of testing, they sent me these. These are they call them Pro Here machetes, I guess. They are, I guess, the EM030 electronic earmuffs. They put gel pads on them for me before they mailed them out. They have Bluetooth connection, and they cut volume out just like the Sordins do, where they don't completely kill the audio like the IsoTunes do. And then one thing I noticed is these things have an extreme high volume setting. So like here, I'm all the way turned up, and I swear I can hear someone's heartbeat in the next bay over here, but it's too loud for me. I've ran a match with these already, and I turned them on just enough to barely hear like the sound around me a tiny bit better, and that's where I leave them. Otherwise, it's too loud and it starts kind of crackling inside, and then the audio quality kind of degrades a little bit. I was getting a little bit of hot spots on like side of my temples right here on my head, but the build quality feels great. Bluetooth connectivity works really well. So yeah, I'm just kind of testing these out. Thank you to Pro Here for sending these in FDE. Look very cool, and they say machete on them. I really like that. I've been on the hunt for better hearing protection, so I think I have like 6 pairs of earmuffs, and I need to start diving into the world of earbuds. But Pro Here has a pair of earbuds. Maybe I'll buy that, or maybe Pro Here and I can talk about a deal to get some earbuds over to me to test out after I kind of do a little more testing on these. I do like these, but I will put them up against a bunch of other earmuffs maybe in another video after Mississippi when I have a little more time, and just kind of go back and forth and shoot a little bit, change them out. I just want to say thank you to Pro Here for sending these over. I'm very grateful. We'll see how they do. So far, I am liking them, but I'd like those earbuds a little more, you know. Summertime, so we're loaded up here with El Gordo. I've been working on movement at home. I don't know if I want to do movement work right now. I kind of want to work on a transition drill with a little bit of throttle control in the middle of it. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to set up 2 paper targets and a piece of steel in the middle, and go about 7 yards to start or so. And I want to practice close-up transitions. 1-2 steel, 1-2. And then step it back. I want to step it back 10 yards, 15 yards, 25 yards. So I'm going to set up those 2 papers and grab the piece of steel, and then we'll go down range and check that out. Real simple setup. I just want to practice kind of drawing aggressively. Let's draw to the left first and move all the way across. All right, Alpha Charlie, bad grip. 1 miss on steel. Let's go again. 237. All alphas, 260, one miss on steel. Going to the right here. All right, we got a Charlie off the rip here with a bad grip off the draw. Nick on steel, I don't know if that would have fallen. Pretty good run though, 237. Little hesitation there. 231 though. Little hesitation going into the steel where I lost visual focus. My eyes jumped around until I saw the steel. So let's work on that a little bit. That was really good. 310. I don't know about that. 225, fastest run yet, all alphas. All right, let's go back left to right. That would have been there, but I did get a Charlie over here. All right, let's keep working left to right. Charlie over here, overswung it, 221. Let's do one more, then we're gonna step back to 10 yards. You guys stopped the dot on the wrong spot. Same setup here, 10 yards. The splits should be closer to what, we were working on over there. The splits here earlier, that distance were, 16s, 18s, kind of confirmation 1. We want to move a little closer to confirmation 2, and we want to be splitting, mid 20s. A little slow there on the steel transition. All alphas. Let's go right to left. Oh my God. Bad trigger discipline there. One Charlie on the left. Actually, two Charlie on the left. Bad run. Let's get our shit together here. All right, that was more matched paced. Alpha Charlie over here, 308. I think I could easily get this in the 280s with a solid run. Let's do paper, steel. $283. All right, I'm losing my shit here. That was a Delta. I need to chill out. We're loaded up. We're maybe here at about 13-ish yards, 15 yards maybe. Steel is 3 yards behind the paper, and we're working on the same thing. Let's go left to right. High hit on the steel. All alphas, 26, 23 split. Two miss on steel. Let's go right to left. Felt slow, all alphas, 27, 29, not too bad. Clean run. $318. 28, 26. $309. 24 split. 35 split. $312. 22 split, 24 split. And looks clean. So sped up the splits a little bit, which is fine, still in the 20s. Oof, saw that one happen. Alpha, grip got a little loosey-goosey there. Charlie, close alpha though. Ooh, jumped the gun there. $402. Looks like Alpha Charlie over here. All right, I only got one more mag or so. We're gonna move back at about 20 yards. We're gonna go, might try that shorter ammo just to, do some work at this distance. Now we're at 20 yards. Let's go. That fucking steel. Slow. 392. Looks like a clean run. 367. Fuck. Ended it there. I'm gonna do this some more. So I'm gonna grab some of that shorter ammo. I have a few. I can load up maybe 2 or 3 mags with what I got. I would have been recording. I accidentally dropped these Pro Hears. Battery compartment came loose. Bluetooth turned off. And then the button for Bluetooth was not tactile anymore. So was about a, I don't know, almost a 6-foot drop onto concrete. Yeah, the Bluetooth button is a little jacked up. So we'll see. All right, I got 3 more mags loaded. Man, that little steel is eating my lunch, dude. Everything felt good about that. 364. Oh man, fantastic. 324. There we go. Let's lock it in and keep fucking doing that shit, dude. .362. There was a little bit of delay on the steel on that one. 324 clean has been my best run. One miss on steel. .345. Bad grip from the rip with both hands. 376. .343. Followed the dot down to the C zone, but corrected it. .358. Ugh. Sideways primer. Yeah. .375. Not bad. .334. 30 split, 42 split. Whew. Let's go look at targets. A bunch of them kind of littered on the left side of the Alpha. I want to say almost a quarter of the shots were Charlies, and I had 3 Deltas on that one. Well, all these were coming from distance shots. Kind of shit though. And here's these. Again, 2 Deltas, 3 Deltas, but less Charlies on this target. And then there's a little tiny steel also that I was shooting at. I need to keep working. I just need to keep working on the sight confirmation stuff at distance. Clearly, they're opening up a little bit at times when I have a bad grip or when I lose a little bit of tension from the arm. But I'd say this was maybe like a 85% success rate with hits, which I'm happy with. But I'd like to get that closer to, 90, 92. Now this is just super rough math, right? But just to kind of give you guys a little bit of a rough example of kind of what I see, right? I am going to call it a day for El Gordo. I'm going to grab the Glock and test function these CSRG 25+1 round mags to see if they also fit 25+1. Here's the Glock again. I did my own little grip tape job on it. I bought some skateboard tape and I cut little sections to kind of go around the hot spot areas where I know I really need grip. And for me, on my right hand, I really need grip right here for this part of my hand. So when I'm gripping, you can kind of see where it's already been taking a little bit of skin off in the light dry fire I did. And then I also put grip tape on this top part, which is mainly where I grip the gun, and then also here. And then this is just kind of, I don't like grip tape all over. I only need it in those specific areas. Then I got some hockey tape, just plain hockey tape from Amazon to go there in the middle. And it kind of fills the grip in a little more. I put a heat gun to it to really conform the skateboard tape to the frame here. So far, I like it in dry fire. Like I said, we're going to load up these 25+1 mags from CSRG. Why not just do a confirmation drill with this thing? No draw, just to see where it's hitting with these 2 mags. While I was loading these previously, I noticed that on the 4th round, there was a hitch. And there it is again. And I think that's just the follower getting past the dimples in the mag body for the mag catch, because it doesn't affect function at all. We're going to go +1. 25. It just loads up, dude. CSRG, what a great company. Just falls right out. All right, so that's loaded. It points different than my 2011, so I got to get a little used to that. (22, 21, 18, 23, 20, 22, 21). Group was okay. They were trending down just a little bit. 25+1 again. Let's see. Man, that blows me away, dude. 26 rounds. (26, 29, 28, 30, 29, 28, 30, 32, 30). Pretty consistent. Load up again another 25 rounder and shoot confirmation 3. Not too bad. We're at 50, 49, 51, 51, 50, 50, 55, 50, 48, 51. All pretty consistent there. All 26 rounds fed perfectly, actually. So far, CSRG followers, ISMI springs, Springer base pads, and these GAR magazines are giving me a pretty reliable 25+1. That Tanfo that I'm thinking about also taking to Nats, I was gonna have a hard time battling that, because what a great feature. In 2 weeks, so not next weekend but the one after, Micah and I are traveling to Mississippi to shoot the Mississippi Classic. First time I've shot that match ever. Really pumped for that match. We're gonna have a chance to do one more practice with old Gordo. Next weekend we might do 2 practices. I need to load my match ammo in the next couple of weeks, get everything case gauged. I might re-chrono again just for fun, just to confirm again. I can't ever be too sure. I was doing 134 power factor out of old Gordo with the 5-inch barrel, so I'm pretty happy about that. It was still splitting real easy. I didn't feel like the gun was out of control. Yeah, and then with this thing, I'm slowly gonna upgrade it. Thanks for being out here, y'all. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching the videos. I've had some pretty good growth in the last couple of weeks. A bunch of you watched the Glock video, so y'all like the Glock content. That is it for me. This is Glock Gen 6. Old Gordo's already in the bag. We'll see you guys next time here at the range.